Anticipation for the Blood Harvest Ball is building in the city of Drevin, better known as Necrotia. Lord Volkov and his court are not the only vampires preparing in advance, for there are other vampires preparing for the Blood Harvest Ball. In one particular house in the streets close to Volkov's palace, a member of the vampire nobility is preparing his outfit with the help of his tailor and the unwanted help from his lover.
I thought this was the city of Necrotia.
Must I tell you again? The Ondarian monarchy calls it Necrotia as a derogatory name. We still refer to it as Drevin, the true name of this city. Try to pay attention, Justina. I didn't turn you to ask ridiculous questions. I chose you as my vampire mistress.
Does that mean I get to go to the Blood Harvest Ball?
As my +1? Of course, but don't show how uncouth you really are. I can't bear the thought of introducing you to Lord Volkov, and your dress is already halfway off.
I'm sure he's quite the charmer. I'm sure I could.
Sure you could do what? Justina, I am not going to have you embarrass me at the Blood Harvest Ball, not when I have such an important gift to present to his lordship.
What are you giving him then?
I am giving him this. It's a strange and potent artifact, or so I'm told. I don't know what it is, nor what it's supposed to do. However, I have it on good authority that within is a talisman of great power, and it will be a truly magnificent gift for Volkov. The vendor told me this when I bought it. She said it contained powers beyond my wildest dreams.
Sounds like mumbo-jumbo to me, Trevi.
Must I remind you again to call me Trevanian, not Trevi? You wish to become a vampire lady, it's high time you started acting like one.
I can tell you're tense, Trevi. What if I were to give you a back rub? Would that make you feel better?
It would give me greater pleasure if you were to sit down and be quiet for 5 minutes. We are sitting upon an opportunity not to miss. A gift such as this to Lord Volkov will be the making of me.
What about me? I want the same too.
Oh, you'll get what you deserve, no doubting there.
Oh, good. For a moment, I was worried.
How am I going to pass her off as a lady to Lord Volkov when she's still as common as muck? At least I have time before the Blood Harvest Ball. But it will take magic to work her into something presentable. Hang on a minute. Oh, Justina?
Yes, Trevikins?
Look, I need to head out into the city for an hour or two. Do you think you can find something to entertain yourself whilst I'm gone?
I'm sure I can find something to do.
Yes, I get the picture. Honestly, I should have turned her sister. At least she has a personality. I can barely tolerate this one.
How long will you be, Trevikins?
As long as I need to be. I have an errand to run, and it will be much quicker if I run it on my own. I'll see you this afternoon.
Okay, Trevikins. I'll be waiting.
Now, let's see what you've found to give to my lord on the day of the harvest, Trevanian. Well, now, if I'm not mistaken, that's the crest of Emperor Gladius VI of the Antius Empire. So, you found an ancient artifact. Now, let me look at it closer. Just a moment. I'm studying this artifact that the full Trevanian plans to give it to Lord Volkov on the day of the Blood Harvest Ball. Though, if I'm not mistaken, this looks like an Antius Empire assassination box. When opened, it lets off a deadly, poisonous gas which can asphyxiate any living creature.
And considering I am undead, it seems pointless Sir Trevanian gifting it to me. He believes it will work upon my person.
Vladimir, I don't know how long I can keep this persona going. He's fallen into my trap of thinking I'm an idiot. But I fear my energy will expire and I will have to let the mask drop eventually.
I doubt that will be necessary. I have an idea regarding this small item. As you may be aware, we have the dagger and the shield of the Tyrant King safely locked away in the palace vault.
I have heard that, yes. It is a great relief. The two artifacts are in our hands.
What you hold in your hand is another item belonging to the Tyrant King.
Do you mean it's not an assassination box?
It is anything but. Contained within is a powerful object known only to a small circle of the most loyal followers of the Tyrant King. I recognize the box. It is disguised as an artifact from the time of the Antius Empire to lower suspicion.
So, what does the box contain?
That is for myself to know, and for you to discover upon the day of the Blood Harvest Ball. I am surprised at how quickly and how well it is all falling into place. I am impressed that we have received little opposition from the monarchy at this time.
They are sending that agent of the vampire hunters, however, to dispatch you in the belief it will free the monarchy from the threat of our kind.
Even if they did destroy me, there are vampires just as ruthless or even more so to take my place. Maximus, for example. He is my heir apparent to the governor's throne of Drevin.
Indeed. However, what must I do now, my lord?
You need to remain here in the guise of a vampire mistress. Trevanian must be kept busy, and on top of that, he must never open the box. The item inside is more powerful than any can imagine, and should he open the box, he will find it destructive in nature. Only a truly ancient vampire can open it and hope to survive the ordeal.
I shall see to it that he never opens the box, and that he safely presents it to you on the day of the Blood Harvest Ball.
Good. Now I must return to the palace. You are serving me well, Justina. Do not let me down like your predecessor did. Their undead life did not end pleasantly for them.
I understand, my lord. Good day.
Once again, Volkov is finding artifacts connected to the Tyrant King. They are finding their way into Necrotia without the aid of Maximus, which brings curious questions to the mind of Lord Volkov. How many of the items are genuine? Maybe they are all fake. Only on the day of the Blood Harvest Ball will the truth be known, when Volkov conducts the ceremony to declare the harvest itself commenced. Meanwhile, in the city of Taros, two other vampires are conversing over a cup of blood wine, whilst they discuss their attendance of the celebration in Drevin. Well, I hear old Volkov is going to be hosting the biggest shindig this side of the Civil War. Well, it's about time we had something good happen. Everything so far has been so boring. It'll be good to get out and heckle again. It'll be good to be doing anything again. Well, do you remember the time young Maximus brought his troop friends to entertain Lord Volkov? Well, that was different. Yep, lousy, but different. Do you remember the time we both visited Ondar City to see that singer who had graduated from the academy as an opera singer? Do I? No, I don't remember that, to be honest. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, I do. Well, you know, there's nothing like grand opera. Indeed, and there was nothing like it. Say, what is this thing all about that old Volk is hosting anyway? It's called the Blood Harvest Ball. Blood Harvest Ball? Say, has he completed that reservoir beneath the city then? Apparently so, and it's full to the brim with fresh content. I wish this place were filled with fresh content. Say, what are you going to wear to the ball? I've not been able to find anything I like for it. Though I might dust off my old army uniform. You fought with the Tyrant King, didn't you? Well, not literally. He was much bigger than me. No, you old fool, I meant you fought in his army. Oh, I see what you mean. Yes, I fought with him right up until the last battle. Whatever happened that day exactly? I don't even really remember. I ended up in the Dynafan den. I've never kept so still in all my life. Pretty tricky situation to get out of. I guess you had to wait until they were asleep. Look, can we focus on the ball and what we're going to wear? I think we're going to have to make our own way to the local tailors. You forget, we can't. We're vampires, and if they discover our secret, then we're done for. Don't worry, they have an overnight service for the more discerning customers. Little does the master tailor know, of course. Let me guess, at night is vampire run. Absolutely. Now let's get some ideas for what we want to look like for the ball. I want to knock 'em dead when we walk through that door in our finest outfits. Well, I guess there's a first time for everything. As we leave these eccentric vampires to their business of finding outfits for the ball, we turn back upon Maximus. He is in a foul mood, and it seems a certain individual is not helping him in any way. He has come face to face with another disgusting individual who is considered to be a thorn in his side, so much so that he even cannot bring himself to say this being's name. By the powers, what do you want? Greetings to you, Maximus. I doubt I was expected. You damn well were not. I can assure you that I am not pleased to see you at all. And why is that? Because you make me sick. Oh, come now. I'm not that bad. I have something in which you'll definitely be interested. It is on my trade stand. Then bring it over here and show me. I'm not getting trapped into buying broken trinkets from places that don't even exist when I can tell you've made them from whatever you had to hand at the time. You don't trust me? I don't trust anybody, especially you. The fact that you've shown your face here makes me sick. I hope this had better be worth my while. I am on the lookout for specific artifacts after all, and I don't have time to deal with the likes of you. So Maximus doesn't want the Tyrant King's gauntlets? His gauntlets? Quite so. I hear you have his dagger, his shield, and one other potential artifact found through other means. How do you know these gauntlets are genuine? I don't, but perhaps put with the dagger and the shield, it will make a nice centerpiece. Who knows, you'll find his entire suit of armor giving time. Are you trying to be funny? Because let me warn you here and now that I am not in any laughing mood. You had better be serious about these gauntlets, because if not, I won't be responsible for your loss of life. Come now, Maximus. Just crack a smile. It won't cost you anything. But these gauntlets will. I want 1,000,000 cattle for them. I tell you what. How about I make this deal with you? I take the gauntlets and get them checked out to check if they're genuine or not. As part of this deal, I let you live, unless of course they turn out to be fake. Do you agree? Good. I can see you nodding. So let's call it quits. Now, as I said, I am taking these so-called Tyrant King gauntlets, and I am going to let you live for now. Okay? Not much later, Maximus has taken the gauntlets to a reliable source who knows much about the Tyrant King and the artifacts surrounding him. When in doubt, return to Ondar City and speak to Gideon. And you say you just took them from him? How much did he want? 1,000,000 Crow. Be grateful you didn't pay it. These are fake, just as I thought. However, I imagine he's halfway across the desert realm by now, heading towards the kingdom of Lioness. I'm sure that is the case, but they hate vampires more than the monarchy, so he won't be able to integrate with them like we have been able to here. Precisely. And that's why before I left him, I placed the mark of the vampire upon his person. His neck, to be precise. When you throttled him? When I throttled him, yes. The mark will be noticeable to everyone but him. He will think he's safe, but as soon as others notice the mark, it will make him wish he told me the truth there and then. I have taken his life in a much kinder manner than the people of Lioness ever will. So what will you do about the gauntlets? I'm going to have them destroyed. You're certain they're fake, of course. Maximus, I have studied and observed the artifacts of the Tyrant King my entire life. If these were his gauntlets, they would have a small crest imprinted onto them. Sometimes onto the surface of the metal, like on the dagger and the shield. They were indeed good finds. My father was most pleased to hear of their discovery. Mind you, I've wondered, just what are these artifacts supposed to do? Are they related to the scroll found in Cully? Will the Tyrant King be returning at the time of the Blood Harvest Ball? Unfortunately, he will not be returning. The scroll that has been received summons a being of lesser power to the Tyrant King. Besides, we need his crown in order to fully summon him, so the scroll will still summon an entity of greater power then. Indeed. Something that lives in the darkness most of the time, but will help to increase the bloodlust of every vampire. It's going to be a glorious day when they arise, and we are there to greet them into the new dawn. The dawning of the vampires. So, the Blood Harvest Ball isn't just about the enjoyment of blood from the reservoir. It's about advancing the vampire race. It's about time you kept your mouth shut and let me continue with my business. I will return to you, Gideon, when you send word of another artifact. I've changed my mind about destroying the gauntlets. I'll be keeping them. I could use a new pair myself anyway. Be seeing you. So the gauntlets turned out to be fake, just like the lover of the vampire nobleman at the beginning of this chapter. Will the two old eccentric vampires find their dream suits and arrive to Necrotia in time to heckle Lord Volkov? And what of the other artifacts? All this and more questions will be raised the closer we get to the Blood Harvest Ball.